Understanding Men in Relationships, 7 Truths About How Guys Think. Why do men need space in relationships? Why do they get distant after sex or pull away when they are falling in love? Why do guys never know what they want? For women who date men, the male brain can sometimes seem like a total enigma. If you're having trouble understanding men in relationships, let's talk. There's no blueprint for how men think in relationships. Sleep Support Plus. Great relationships start with great sleep. Shop now. Sorry. There is no one way all men think in relationships. For every 10 guys out there who are scared of intimacy or prefer to take things slow, there are another 10 guys out there who are hopeless romantics just waiting for the chance to settle down with the right person and start a family. It's really convenient to blame any tension, confusion, or disagreements with our boyfriends or potential partners on the idea that men are just different. But the truth is, no 2 men will be exactly the same in the ways they approach relationships. If you feel like you don't understand the way your partner is behaving, that's not because he's a guy, it's because he's not you. He's a whole, separate human being who does not think the same way you do, and to understand how he thinks and what he wants, you're going to need to just ask him. Nothing you read on the internet will fully explain why the particular man you're dealing with is the way he is. Only he can tell you. Men and women are not intrinsically different. Culturally, we do tend to raise boys and girls differently. Boys are rewarded for being tough and adventurous, while girls are rewarded for being good caretakers. Research shows parents use more words about emotions with their daughters, supporting better emotional intelligence, and more words about spatial objects with their sons, supporting better STEM skills. That stuff all sticks with us and affects the kinds of people men and women grow up to be. Different genders are socialized differently and, generally speaking, often have different societal expectations, explains Jessie Kahn, LCSW, CST, sex therapist and director at the Gender and Sexuality Therapy Center. Of course, people push back on the ways in which their world is trying to socialize them and push back on those expectations. However, this difference could have impacts on how people think, interact, and navigate the world. That means the differences between men and women are not inherent. Women are not naturally better at talking about their feelings, and men are not naturally more logical. It's important not to make assumptions about what your man is and isn't capable of based on his gender, nor to pigeonhole him into certain stereotypes. Don't assume how he feels about things just because he's a man. Advertisement. This AD is displayed using third-party content and we do not control its accessibility features. Some men need space, and it's not because they're falling in love. There's a pervasive cultural myth that men are mean or act distant when they like you or that men pull away when they are falling in love. But this is another one of those convenient excuses. We tell ourselves that when someone is pulling away, it's because they like us too much. It's easier to believe that than to just admit that they might not be as interested in you as you thought. If your boyfriend or partner asks for space, ask them what they mean by that and why they need it. It's totally normal to want alone time in a relationship, but you shouldn't make assumptions about why they need it. Ask for clarity about what your man is experiencing when he asks for space so you can better understand what they need and whether you're able to give it to him. If you're feeling lonely in your relationship, you can tell him that. Open and honest communication is the key to figuring out the best way to approach these situations so that everybody's needs are being met.